Hey everybody. Well, let's take a look at what would happen if there's an increase in demand in a floating exchange rate system. And the point here is to understand what it is and, of course, figure out the way in which to express it. And really, this is pretty easy stuff. The reason that I put this video together is there's reasons why. There's sort of like the determinants of an increase in demand of a particular currency. Okay, so let's take a closer look. First of all, it's really easy to describe how it would be demonstrated on a graph, right? Here we have a simple graph of the price of dollars in euros, right? We have a state of equilibrium at point 8 in Q, and then we're going to show an increase in demand. So we're going to go from the demand for dollars in the European Union out to D1, and of course, any outward shift of demand is going to result in a higher price for that particular good. In this case, the good is dollars, right, expressed in euros. So a dollar costs zero point 0.9 euros as opposed to zero point 0.8 before the increase in demand, right? So why would there be an increase in demand of dollars from European citizens? Because remember, we're going to think about this supply curve here as the supply of dollars from the United States, and you always want to remind yourself, hey, dollars only exist in the United States, so they have to come from the United States. So if European people from the EU who have euros, if they want dollars, what do they have to do? Well, they have to cash in their euros, right? Buy dollars, and by buying more dollars, it's going to increase demand. So why would European citizens want to buy more dollars? Here's the answer. Okay, Europeans will demand dollars to A, buy more U.S. goods, B, invest in U.S. firms, C, save in dollars, or D, speculate in dollars. So these are the reasons: buy, invest, save, speculate. Buy, invest, save, speculate. That is what would lead to European people wanting more dollars, and of course that would be expressed in a diagram with this diagram, which I just stole from the last slide, right? With an increase in demand, and therefore an appreciation of the dollar. And we know from our other studies that also result in a this is an appreciation of the dollar, and it would result in a depreciation of the euro because these people need to sell their euros to get dollars. Okay, so thus the demand for the U.S. dollar will rise if there is an increase in U.S. goods, right? So this could be caused by the following. Okay, so if inflation rates in the United States are lower than European Union inflation rates, then European citizens are going to want to take their euros and trade them in for U.S. dollars to make sure they ensure the buying power of their particular savings, right? Two, Europeans will demand more dollars to increase if there's an increase in income in the EU. So if EU citizens are making more money, an increase in income, then it's more likely that they're going to demand dollars in order to do what? Buy U.S. goods. So I made a silly example in a previous video about some European guy wanting to buy a sweet new North Face jacket for his girlfriend, but he wouldn't have been able to do that last year, but he had an increase in income, so he took his euros, because he lives in the European Union, and sold his euros for dollars, and as a result, there's an outward expansion of dollars. Okay, so another reason why there would be an increase in demand is if European people want to invest in the United States. So let's say the economy in the United States is looking good. There's some good investments. Maybe it's in Wall Street. Maybe it's in real estate. But if there's investment prospects in the United States are improving, then European people are going to take their euros, right, and invest in U.S. Companies, U.S. stocks, U.S. Assets in any form. Okay. What's the third reason? Well, European citizens would have an incentive to sell their euros and buy dollars if their interest rates in the U.S. are going to increase. Because interest rates, right, lead to higher returns on savings accounts. So if you live in the European Union and you're getting 2%, let's say, totally made up, all interest rates are much lower than this right now, but 2%, if you save your euros in a bank in Europe, but maybe there's 4% interest rates in the United States. If your savings, that's great. So you're going to take your euros, turn them into U.S. dollars, because interest rates in the United States are higher. And the last reason why you would want to, if you're a European citizen, right, demand more dollars is if you're speculating. If EU citizens are speculating that they think the value of the dollar will rise in the future, then it would be advantageous now to take the euros and turn them into dollars, because later on you'll be able to cash them back into euros and make some cash. Okay, so an increase in demand for dollars will result from any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons. Okay, I hope that was pretty straightforward and simple. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and we'll talk to you in a bit.